I'm just going to talk about after self-realization. I had a question, now what? Which I totally understand. Because there's been all this seeking, all this energy towards a goal, in a way. Towards the recognition of your true nature. That it's not something you get. It's something that you recognize. So once that recognition has happened, that your very essence, your very core is what you were looking for, and that we can get caught up in mental activity of a me and identify with that. So now it's to see what's doing all of that is life. It's not a me. It's life experiencing itself as a me. So the what next is to recognize that life doesn't change particularly, but what happens is who we thought we were is different. And it's just the living that in alignment with what's been recognized. So life lives in that alignment, aligned with its truth. So it's life that's living the truth, not a separate me that's living the truth. Yet life can experience itself as a separate me. So the journey is for life, but it plays the role of a me, the human experience journeying. So the whole of the integration is all for life, integrating itself, its human experience of itself, as now awake in the world, as now recognizing its truth. Of course, life was never lost, was never bound and fixed in an identity, never lost itself, was never trapped, was never all of the frustration and the push and pull and the contraction was just how life can experience itself in a denser mode. It never became any of that. It experienced itself in the denser modes of experience. And as a human experience, it can now experience itself in the more fluid modes of experience that are a lot more in alignment with its fundamental truth, that it's unbound, pure awareness, pure intelligence, totally free, untouched by the world of duality, because it's not in the world of duality, yet it can dance as something in the world of duality, but never become anything. So you remain, you recognize your unbound true nature, and then you realize that you are life, not a separate self, and then it's life journeying, life unfolding, recognizing its truth, becoming clearer. It's just the journey life is creating for itself, because we have pure potential to create. So we can create separation or unity, or we can dance in separation or unity, in alignment with unity. Because at our absolute reality, we're attributeless. Yet that attributeless is pure intelligence and has the ability to create. Is pure potential to create an experience for itself, to create all of the experiences, this one field of experience of creation. We take ourselves to be the separate self, but that we is life, can experience itself as a separate self, as part of a whole. But we come to recognize we are the whole, experiencing ourselves as a part. So it's to always look at what's fundamental, what is at the truth of our being, however we're experiencing life, we are life experiencing it. And we are totally untouched, unconditioned by what's appearing. Yet all of that can be experienced. So we can fully embrace life, but recognize we're untouched, fundamentally. So however it's shaping, however we're experiencing, we're still totally free. There's no we, I that's free. Life is freedom itself. Freedom to dance in separation or unity. And you are that life. That one life, the one self, appearing as many. It's the one source experiencing itself as many points of view. As the sounds of the birds, as the wind in the trees, as all of the sensations, emotions, thoughts, feelings are all how life experiences itself. Field of pure potential, a field of experience. And life experiences itself as the human experience through these physical bodies, through the senses, feelings and emotions. So that's how it creates this human experience for itself. We recognize our fundamental nature is this life creating a human experience for itself, rather than taking ourselves to be the separate self-human that's individual and alone and vulnerable. Because life doesn't die, the physical body dies, but life is timeless. And we can start to feel into that, all the words that we say, formless awareness or timelessness or unbound. Is to feel into your direct experience, to experience these pointers for yourself. So this isn't something that we want people to adopt and take to be true, to recognize for themselves the potential that they have, that life has, to recognize itself, to wake up to itself, to recognize that it was never bound, never suffering, yet there was suffering, and there is suffering in the world. But what's experiencing it remains untouched. And if we take ourselves to be the separate self-sufferer, then that is hard. That doesn't feel like freedom. And life seems to want to look after itself, seems to want to wake itself up from this dream of duality. So we're not saying that life isn't real. We're not saying that all of this isn't real. We're saying it's all here. But it's just the one source creating it all and experiencing itself as all of this. No separation. Hope this helps.